you think you are? Some kind of digital princess? An embarrassment, they said. You'll never make it. With that laughter still ringing in my ears, I made a decision that would change everything. I could either sink under the weight of their expectations or rise above them. I chose to rise. I launched my Etsy shop from my bedroom, the walls adorned with sketches and vibrant colors that felt like my sanctuary. Each design was a piece of my heart, a slice of my soul that I poured into creating digital accessories that resonated with young buyers. In those early days, it was a relentless pursuit. My fingers ached from hours spent on my laptop, the glow of the screen illuminating my face in the darkness of the night. I was fueled by the sting of rejection and the fire of my ambition. Even when sales trickled in at a pace that felt agonizingly slow, I refused to give up. I was determined to prove that my dream was not just a passing fad, but a vibrant reality waiting to be born. I remember the night I received my first significant order, a burst of light in the darkness. It was a moment of validation, a whisper in my ear that said, "You are enough." I celebrated alone, dancing in my room, my heart soaring as I packed the order with care. Each piece I created was not just an accessory, it was a testament to my resilience, a symbol of every late night, every tear shed in solitude, and every moment spent pushing back against the tide of doubt. As months turned into years, my brand slowly gained traction. My designs began to resonate with people far beyond my small town. I was no longer just Mia, the girl with silly dreams. I became Mia, the digital designer, the entrepreneur who turned barren lands into thriving ecosystems of creativity. My Etsy shop evolved into a full-fledged business, with my designs featured in online magazines and shared across social media platforms. But even as my success flourished, I felt a hollow ache whenever I thought of my family's dismissal. I longed for their approval, their understanding, but their laughter still haunted my dreams. I knew that returning home would be a bittersweet reunion, a confrontation with the very disbelief that had once imprisoned me. But I was ready. I was stronger, and I was determined to show them who I had become. When I finally returned home, I found myself standing outside the very house where their dismissive laughter had echoed through the walls. My heart raced as I knocked on the door, a mixture of anxiety and excitement coursing through me. The door creaked open, and there they stood, my family, faces frozen in disbelief. "Mia?" My mother's voice trembled as she took a step back. "Is that really you?" It was a moment of recognition, a moment that felt surreal. I stepped inside, my heart pounding as I took in the familiar surroundings that had once felt so suffocating. Before they could utter a word, I pulled out my laptop and connected it to the TV. I had prepared a presentation that would showcase everything I had achieved. The screen lit up with images of my designs, vibrant colors bursting forth like fireworks. I watched their expressions shift from confusion to curiosity, and finally to awe as I shared my journey. The struggles, the late nights, the victories. And then came the moment I'd been waiting for. I clicked to the final slide, a video showcasing a pop-up shop I had organized in our town, filled with people wearing my creations, laughter and joy radiating from the screen. As the video played, I could see the understanding wash over their faces. This wasn't just a dream. It was a reality I had built from the ground up. Tears glistened in my mother's eyes as she turned to me, her voice barely a whisper. "We didn't believe in you, Mia. We were wrong." The weight of her words hung heavy in the air, a confession that felt both liberating and painful. It was an acknowledgement of the past, but it also opened the door to healing. In that moment, I embraced my family, the laughter of our shared moments now mingling with the tears of regret. I felt the barriers between us begin to crumble, replaced by a newfound understanding and respect. They saw the woman I had become, not just the girl they had once mocked. As we sat together, sharing stories and laughter, I realized that this was the transformation I had longed for. The journey had been arduous, filled with rejection and doubt, but it had also been a path of profound personal growth. I had turned their dismissal into determination, their laughter into fuel, and their disbelief into success. In the end, my dreams had not only transformed my life, they had the power to transform relationships. I left that house not just as a successful entrepreneur, but as a daughter who had conquered the shadows of doubt and emerged into the light of understanding. My family had witnessed firsthand what I had become, and in that moment of truth, the seeds of pride and love were planted in the soil of our shared history. Success was no longer a solitary pursuit. It had become a bridge that connected us, a testament to the power of dreams and the unyielding spirit of resilience. As I stepped out into the world once more, I carried with me the knowledge that dreams are worth pursuing, even in the face of disbelief. And sometimes the greatest triumph lies not just in proving others wrong, but in proving to oneself that we are worthy of our dreams, no matter how ridiculous they may seem.